again, and this is a story that I pulled from Fox 21 Tulsa, and basically it's talking about the Murdaugh murders. It's a story with a twist. Very strange happenings in this story. Okay, I will list the sources as always in the uh, article, writers in there in the description as always. It says Murdaugh murders. Attorney Alex Murdaugh turns himself in on charges he plotted his own killing. Man, do he look worse for wear? Vernville, South Carolina. Embattled South Carolina attorney Alex Murdaugh, whose wife and son were gunned down at a family hunting lodge this summer, turned himself in Thursday morning to face allegations that he plotted his own murder for $10 million insurance money. For $10 million in insurance money. Murdaugh, age 53, of Hampton, is expected to be charged with insurance fraud and conspiracy to commit insurance fraud. All right. They do have video footage, and I will have that linked down in the description also with the name of the person who did the tweet. It says the video footage shows Murdaugh being escorted in handcuffs to the Hampton County Jail shortly before 11:30. Okay. The personal injury lawyer and former part-time volunteer prosecutor has denied any involvement in the June 7th murders of his wife, Margaret Maggie Murdaugh, age 53, and the couple's youngest son, age 22, Paul Terry Murdaugh. Authorities have previously named him as a person of interest in the double homicide. Murdaugh, a one of South Carolina's most prominent legal lawyer families, is accused of asking a former client who was also his drug dealer to shoot him in the head September 4th so Murdaugh's only remaining son could collect his life insurance. The gunshot failed to kill Murdaugh, however, and he received a superficial, wound, according to authorities. Murdaugh's alleged shooter, Curtis Edward Smith, age 61, of Walterboro, was in court Thursday morning for a bail hearing. His bail was set at $55,000. The failed assisted suicide occurred the day after Murdaugh resigned from his family's 111-year-old law firm, Peter Murdaugh Parker Asnor. If I pronounced that wrong, I apologize. In Direct. The firm has accused Murdaugh of pilfering funds. One of Murdaugh's lawyers said Wednesday that the majority of the stolen funds, which reportedly added up to $5 million, went to fees Murdaugh's long-time addiction to pain pills. Five, ooh, expensive. Prior to turning himself into jail, Murdaugh was in a out-of-state rehab facility to deal with his addiction. The South Carolina Law Enforcement Division is investigating allegations regarding the money. Smith was charged Tuesday night with assisted suicide, assault and battery, and a high aggravated nature pointing and possessing a firearm, insurance fraud, and conspiracy to commit insurance fraud. He is being held in a he is being held in a correctional county detention center. News of Murdaugh's involvement in his shooting came on the same day that the SLED announced a probe into the death of Gloria Harriet Stratfield, and Murdaugh's family longtime housekeeper and nanny. Stratfield died on February 26, 2018, after a supposed fall at the Murdaugh home. Hampton County Coroner Angela Topper requested an investigation Wednesday after she found inconsistencies in the way Stratfield's death was handled. The defendant's the decedent's death was not reported to the coroner at the time, nor was an autopsy performed. Topper wrote in a letter on the death certificate, the manner of death was ruled natural, which is inconsistent with injuries sustained in a trip and fall accident. Topper concluded that the starting that stating, that in the light of inconsistencies, she felt it was prudent to pursue an investigation into the Stratfield's demise. Which, yeah, like I said, it got a lot of plot twists, and it's like a whole thing. It's really strange. Stratfield's son have sued Murdaugh, claiming that the family was not made aware of that a settlement had been reached in a wrongful death suit against Murdaugh. The man alleges that they have not seen any of the $505,000 settlement. Murdaugh's life has turned upside down since the night of June 7th, when he told authorities he found his wife and son shot to death at the family hunting lodge. Um, their bodies were found a few yards apart from one another near a dog kennel on the property. Paul Murdaugh was shot in the head and upper body with a shotgun. His mother was slain with an assault type rifle, according to reports. Alex Murdaugh was described as a person of interest in the murders, but family members have said Murdaugh was taking his own father, Rudolph Murdaugh III, to the hospital at the time of the slayings. The elder Murdaugh, 81, died of natural causes 3 days after the murders. Wow. Okay. Rudolph Murdaugh III was the last in the three-generation line of solicitors for the 14th Judicial Court. His grandfather, Rudolph Murdaugh Sr., was the first person named to the solitors post in 1920. Wow, that's history. Uh, Rudolph Murdaugh Jr. took over the post in 1940 when Murdaugh Sr. died in a train collision and served until 1987, at which point Murdaugh III took office. Rudolph Murdaugh III retired in 2005. Alex Murdaugh was a volunteer prosecutor in the same office. Following the news of the embezzlement allegations, he was stripped of his authority as a prosecutor. He also resigned from the family law firm, and the Supreme Court of South Carolina has indefinitely suspended his license to practice law. Stratfield's death is not the only one getting a second look of the investigation into the Murdaugh murders. SLED investigators have also reopened the probe into the cold case of Stephen Smith, who was found dead on a Hampton County road in 2015. Smith, age 19, of Brunson, reportedly died of blunt force trauma, and authorities suspected a hit and run crash. Smith's mother believed he may have been a victim of foul play. The Associated Press reported Sandy Smith has told multiple news outlets over the years that she believes her son was beaten to death. She has also said she believes Paul Murdaugh could be involved. The Island Packet reports that Smith graduated in 2014 from Wade Hampton High School with Paul Murdaugh's older brother, Richard Buster Murdaugh. At the time of his death, Paul Murdaugh was awaiting trial in a high-profile 2019 boating crash that killed his cousin's girlfriend, 19-year-old Mallory Beach. According to authorities, Murdaugh was intoxicated when he smashed his family's boat into a pillaring, pillarings, excuse me, I apologize, of a bridge, injecting several of his passengers. Beach's body was recovered a week later after the crash, and I do know from that it was reported that she had drowned at the time of the when they found her and did an autopsy. Yeah, this case has been going on for a while, and it's been like a series of unfortunate events that has occurred, and this is the end result of everything. I decided to hold back onto the story just to get more information about it initially, but this is the latest in regards to this story. It's very weird, very very complex. A lot of things have happened: accidents, murders, uh, embezzlement, drug habits, and it's just, I mean, it's not looking good for the man. I'm not even, woo, it is not looking good for the man. You hear me? But I wanted to give a shout out to that chapter too. That chapter is a YouTube page as well, and they always do. If you're interested in like murder mysteries and cases, kidnappings, things of that nature, you can definitely go check out that chapter. He's a nice, he is funny, Mike. Shout out to you, Mike. But anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching my video. And as always, I want you to comment in the comment section of, good, bad, or indifferent, or whatever. You care, you don't care, very interesting, shocking. Let me know all about it, okay? Until then, thank you so much again, and I will talk to you in the next video.